Now, I gained 6 pounds in less than 24 hours, and I don't know why. Or do I? Welcome to the Success Fitness Podcast. I am your host, Christian Evans. This podcast is for women and men over 30 who wants to achieve success in their fitness journey. And I'm going to help you do just that. But first, I got to ask you, are you retaining water right now? Do you want to know what are the best ways to get that water weight off you safely and easy? I'm going to tell you 8 of the best ways to get the water weight off you easily and safely. But first, a word from our sponsors.
Are you looking for a personal trainer that will focus on you to help achieve success in your fitness journey? If yes, please book your in-person or Zoom one-on-one personal training sessions with me, Christian Evans, at christiansweightsuccess.net.
Thank you for your patience and sticking with me and listening to this week's episode of the Success Fitness Podcast. Without further ado, 8 ways to lose water weight fast and safely. And the reason why I was looking for this article because I needed to know why I gained weight. Now, I gained 6 pounds in less than 24 hours, and I don't know why. Or do I? I believe I had a clue or have a clue on how I did it. It's water retention. And it's water retention from the food I ate. Now, a few weeks ago, I let you know that I had an indulge day. I don't want to call it cheat day anymore because I'm grown. We're grown. Let's not call it cheat day anymore, indulge day. It's about what we choose to eat because it's a choice. It is a choice. It is a choice. It is a choice. So I do not believe, or maybe I can't wrap my mind to believe I gained 6 pounds in one day, and I did not eat 6 pounds worth of food in one day. I didn't weigh my food, but I'm pretty sure that wasn't it. And so I've been trying to figure out, why. Why did this happen? Why did this happen? So this was this was June 10th. June 10th of this year, I had an indulge day, and I weighed in. It was Saturday morning. It was $2.99. I was $2.99 that morning. And the next day when I weighed, I was $3.05. I was $3.05. And that had happened to me. This had happened to me a couple weeks prior. The weekend of it was my niece's birthday and it was Memorial Day weekend. So this has happened twice. But this time I was more mentally prepared for it. I'm trying to figure out my body. And when you're on this fitness journey, you have to document to figure out trends, right? I'm an analytics type of person, looking at numbers, looking at trends, and trying to figure out what the story is, within it. So Saturday morning, I weighed in at $2.99, and through my indulge day, I had tater tots, I had brownies, I had cookies, I had some soup, I had some potato and sausage soup. What else did I have? I had a ribeye steak that day and some popcorn. I remember I had some popcorn, and I enjoyed every minute of it. I don't regret it at all because this is something that I had planned out. But what I did not understand and still don't necessarily until I had to Google it. And I came across this article is, why does my body retain so much water? Because that's the only conclusion I could come up with, is that how does my body gain 6 pounds within a 24-hour period? I don't even say 24 hours because I weighed myself like 10 a.m. like Saturday morning, 10 a.m. Saturday morning. And then I weighed myself maybe about, let's say 8 a.m. Sunday morning. And I was like 305. It was like 305.4, somewhere around then. I'm like, okay, So for some reason, my body will take the sodium out of whatever I'm eating, hold it, store it within my body, and multiply it by like 1,000. It seems like, in order to create this 6 pounds worth of water retention. And contrary to popular belief, when it comes to high blood pressure or high salty foods, we only think about those things, right? High salty foods, right? Bacon, salt, processed foods, in that regards. But me, I'm I'm a sweethead. I love cakes, cookies, and all of that. I'm more of that versus like breads and pastas and things like that. That's where I reign supreme at all those sweets and cakes and things like that. But sweet foods, indulgent foods, can have high amounts of sodium. That's one thing to try to look out for on your fitness journey, is the sodium content of whatever it is that you're eating, because your body may turn that sodium and take that sodium and convert it to water. I'm not a biologist or chemist or any whatever type of label who understands the body's digestive system and what it does to food when you intake it. But as far as for me, my body, one thing I'm understanding now, just paying attention to numbers and things like that, is that I just hold on to water. I would take the sodium, my body would take the sodium out of said food and just hold on to it and convert it to water one way or another. So this is why I was on the search for, okay, so how do I get this water weight off, and how do I do it easy, and how do I do it safely and quickly? So I came across this article on healthline.com, and it has the top 8 ways to lose water weight safely. Now, for some odd reason, it's titled 13, but they only gave me 8. So I'm just going to read this off. Number 8, take caffeine supplements or drink tea and coffee.
You know what? I've been jonesing for pizza lately, but I'm trying to get better at eating better, not eating out so much, and subscribing to the we got food at home mentality. So I chose to cook what I bought from Sam's. Salmon prices have been so high, but Sam's had it $5 off today. Last week, I found a bag of quinoa there for about $8. Since my vegetable supply of meal prep was running low, I also picked up some fresh broccoli. By the time I realized it, I had cooked everything in my e-cookbook, What to Meal Prep for Beginners. Not only will you get 3 recipes for one high protein meal under 600 calories, you'll also get a free workout ebook. Get 10% off when you sign up to my weekly newsletter. The link will be in the description and the link tree in my bio. Download your copy today.
Hashtag more coffee. A couple of weeks ago, I did a podcast on the benefits of coffee. And for those who aren't coffee lovers, you don't have to be, but the science proves that it is beneficial to your health journey. So number 8, take caffeine supplements or drink tea and coffee. Caffeine in beverages that contain caffeine, such as coffee and tea, have diuretic effects and may help reduce water weight. It has also been shown to increase short-term urine output and decrease water weight slightly. This may vary depending on the amount of caffeine that is consumed. For instance, one small study found that drinking about 537 milligrams of caffeine, or approximately 6 cups of coffee, significantly increased urine production. On the other hand, drinking 260 milligrams of caffeine, or around 3 cups of coffee, had no effect on fluid balance. Furthermore, even though caffeine may have a mild diuretic effect, other research suggests that it doesn't lead to dehydration in habitual consumers. Now, I'm not going to drink 6 cups of coffee, nor would I recommend anybody drink 6 cups of coffee. My cups of coffee, about 1. After that second cup, it just doesn't taste the same for some odd reason for me. So 1 cup of coffee in the morning does it for me, just enough to give me some energy to carry over for my morning cardio. Some may consider it fasted cardio, some may not. I don't know, but it works for me. Number 7, cutting carbs. Cutting carbs is a common strategy to quickly drop excess water weight. Carbs are stored in the muscle and liver as glycogen, but glycogen also pulls water inside along with it. For every gram of glycogen you store, 3 to 4 grams or 0.11 or 0.14 ounces of water may be stored with it. So maybe that can explain what I was saying earlier. I'm like, why is my body retaining so much water? So maybe it's the glycogen. So glycogen from the carbs. Going back to the article, this explains why people experience immediate immediate weight loss when switching to a low carb diet, which reduces glycogen stores. Carbs also lead to a rise of hormone insulin, which can increase sodium retention and reabsorption of water in the kidneys. You learn something new every day. Low carb diets lead to a drop of insulin levels, and which could lead to a loss of sodium and water from the kidneys. Try altering your carb intake and see what works for you. So that can explain when I go back under, as I classify it. When I go back under in regards to, my juice fast is reducing the amount of, let's say, carbs. Right now, that can be argued that, you got carbs in your fruits, as far as, juicing. Yeah, but I believe it needs to, be further defined on the type of carbs. I believe the type of carbs matter just as well. Number 6. Consider certain foods and herbs. There are several foods that you may wish to include in your diet to combat water retention. The following foods and herbs are often recommended by alternative practitioners to drop water weight. Example: corn silk, horsetail, parsley, hibiscus, fennel, and nettle. I included some parsley into my juice combination, and I'll let you know at the very end of the podcast what else that I combined with it. Going back to the article. However, keep in mind that research on the diuretic properties of these herbal ingredients is currently limited to test tube and animal studies. Additionally, though bloating is usually not caused by water retention, you may also wish to limit or temporarily remove foods that may cause bloating. These include highly processed foods, foods with lots of fiber, and sometimes beans or dairy. You can also try sticking to low food. Wait a minute. It says sticking to low FODMAP. I don't know what that is, for a while to see if that helps. I got to look on what that is. I don't want to lose my place in this article. But going to number 5, take a dandelion supplement. Dandelion is also known as Taraxium officinale. Is an herb used in alternative medicine to treat water retention. In recent years, it has also become popular among bodybuilders and athletes who need to drop water for aesthetic purposes or to meet a weight category. And dandelion supplements may help you lose water weight by signaling the kidneys to expel more urine and additional salt or sodium. This is supported by some older studies which show that taking dandelion supplements increases the frequency of urine over a 5-hour period. However, despite its popularity, more research is required on the effectiveness of dandelion supplements on water retention. This is very interesting because you ever go into the store and your eyes are just drawn to something, a particular item on the shelf or wherever, and you don't know why. Now, my eyes have always been drawn to dandelion tea. I do not know why. Maybe this is the reason why. Things happen for a reason. And I want to do some more research on dandelion tea, because if this can help me get rid of water weight quickly and safely, in addition to what I'm already doing, then it can only just be, beneficial. But I'm going to use Google as my friend, as I was stating in my past podcast of just researching. Number 4, take a magnesium supplement, which I do. I take a calcium, magnesium, and zinc supplement. Magnesium is another key electrolyte and mineral. It has recently become a very popular supplement for health and sports performance. Research regarding magnesium has been extensive and shows that it has over 600 roles within the human body. Some studies also suggest that magnesium can ease symptoms of premenstrual syndrome, including water retention. These changes occur because magnesium plays an integrative part in other electrolytes such as sodium and potassium. Together, they help control your body's water balance. Magnesium supplements have numerous other potential health benefits for people who are lacking in it in their diet. In addition to magnesium supplements, magnesium-rich foods are also recommended. These include dark green leafy vegetables, nuts, seeds, and whole grain. So that is good to know. I've heard that in years prior about magnesium, and some of the many benefits for it. I remember when I was doing keto a few years ago, and one of the most recommended things to take is the calcium magnesium supplement because of your electrolytes. And a lot of the electrolytes, if my memory serves me correct about that diet, can be found in some foods that were, let's say, high in carbs. I was hesitant on how I worded that, but that's just what it is, because when you drop and reduce your carb intake, when you're on keto, you tend to lose a lot of your electrolytes, and that can cause what they would call the keto flu. That's what caused the keto flu. And there's a lot of people who do not know about the electrolytes and your electrolytes levels becoming very low, and which causes the keto flu. So in order to avoid the keto flu, you have to make sure you reintroduce the electrolytes or keep them at a balanced level as far as for you. Back to the article. Manage salt intake. This is number three. Manage salt intake. Sodium, which you obtain daily from salt, is one of the most common electrolytes in the human body. It plays a major role in hydration levels. If sodium levels are too low or too high, it will lead to imbalances within the body and therefore fluid retention. A high salt intake, usually due to a diet with lots of processed foods, may include water retention. However, this seems to depend on the individual's current daily sodium intake and blood levels. In fact, some researchers suggest that a sudden increase in sodium consumption may lead to increased thirst and fluid intake, which could result in fluid retention. So this can explain what I was saying earlier about the weight gain, the water weight gain, right? And, granted that, the foods that I ate, like I said, I had some fried tater tots, it was loaded tater tots, bacon, cheese sauce, ketchup, all the works. And all these things were, salty food, you know what I mean? They were all salty, but I mean, there's not like salty to the taste to where I couldn't taste it. Now, there was one time I went to this restaurant and I got some loaded cheese fries, and they had bacon bits, blue cheese, and it had a cheese sauce on it. And my belief as a cook is that you do not add salt to fries. You do not add salt to fries when you have a cheese sauce that you are putting on top of it. Now, these fries had a cheese sauce and they use salt. And to this day, I do not know why they did that. And the food was so salty. The food was so salty that it actually had like a burning sensation to it. It had a burning sensation to it when I ate it. I had to literally stop eating it and just left. Paid for the meal and just left. We told the waitress or the waiter that, hey, when y'all fix this again for anybody, please do not put salt on the fries, because this is way too much salt as it is. If it's got blue cheese, there's sodium and salt in the cheese. There has bacon bits. Obviously, bacon is bacon. We don't need to talk about the processed foods or the bacon being processed or cured. Just the curing effect from bacon alone. You know what I'm saying? And the salt, and then the cheese sauce. You know what I mean? And then it's obviously fried potatoes. So why? To this very day, I still don't know why they actually put that on there. I'm still confused to this day. I'm very, very confused to this day about that, and I wish they wouldn't have did that. Number 2, increase potassium consumption. Potassium is an important electrolyte involved in regulating fluid balance. It helps counteract the effects of sodium by increasing urine production, which could prevent water retention and fluid buildup. Increasing your intake of potassium may be beneficial for reducing excess water weight, especially if you aren't regularly eating potassium-rich foods. Many fruits and vegetables are high in potassium, including potatoes, apricots, spinach, and tomatoes. Other good sources of potassium include lentils, kidney beans, poultry, seafood, and dairy products. So increase your potassium consumption. I was always told, bananas are high in potassium, but in order to find the full list of potassium rich foods, use Google. Google is your friend. You are not helpless. You can use Google. This phone, this device is a blessing, just as well as it can have its negative effects. But as long as you have your phone or computer and you can use Google, just Google what are high potassium foods or potassium rich foods. And this can give you an array of options. And along with this article, it hyperlinks those too. But I'll have this article listed in the description. And the number one, this is right up my alley as a personal trainer. Exercise on a regular basis. Exercise may be one of the best ways to reduce water weight in the short term in any form. Exercise increases sweat, which means you will lose water. It is not uncommon to lose a small amount of body weight from sweating during exercise, depending on factors such as heat and clothing. During exercise, your body also shifts a lot of water into your muscles. This can help reduce water outside of the cell and decrease the soft look people report from excessive water retention. However, you still need to drink plenty of water during your training sessions. Another good option to increase sweat and water loss is in the sauna, which you could add after your gym session. So this is one of the reasons why I like to do fasted cardio, then weigh, or just work out and then weigh if I can in the morning, where I, drink my coffee and then work out, run usually about 3 miles or 30 minutes of some type of cardio to where I can start sweating. The water in my body can shift, because there's been times where I've weighed kind of first thing in the morning about like 5:30, let's say before I drink my coffee, and I'll weigh a certain amount and I'm like, oh my God, I didn't lose weight, or I may have gained weight, or just whatever. I may not have just liked the number. And I would literally run 3 miles at my pace, and I will weigh after I work out, or that morning workout, that morning cardio routine. And here's the thing, I won't use the restroom after I get off the treadmill, and then I will go away. And I promise you, I don't care what anybody says, cardio does help you lose weight. And you can quote me and you can stamp that. Cardio does help you lose weight, because there's been times where, like I said, I've weighed beforehand and I didn't see the number that I wanted to see, or it was just a number. And I said, you know what? I think I can do better. I would do 30 minutes of cardio. And of course I'm sweating, making sure my heart rate gets above the fat burning zone of 130. And I will weigh after. Again, no restroom, and I will drop at least a pound. I promise you, on everything I love, it's happened. So contrary to popular belief, don't let anybody tell you something until you have tried it for yourself. Do not let anybody tell you anything until you have tried it for yourself in that regard, and I've lost weight. So I can account for this one. So exercise on a regular basis. So let's go over the eight ways. Again, this article says, 13. So number 8, take caffeine supplements or drink tea and coffee. Number 7, cut carbs. 6, consider certain foods and herbs. Number 5, take a dandelion supplement. Number 4, take a magnesium supplement. Number 3, manage salt intake. Number 2, increase potassium consumption. Number 1, exercise on a regular basis. So again, this article was provided by healthline.com, and I will have this article in my show notes or description, however you want to call it. And a couple little added things here in this article. It says, the bottom line, if your water retention problem persists or seems severe or increases suddenly, it's always best to seek medical attention. In some cases, water retention can be caused by a serious medical condition. At the end of the day, the best way to combat excess water weight is to identify and treat the cause. This may include excess salt intake, lack of electrolytes, inactivity, excess stress, or the regular consumption of processed foods. Some of these are also among the main causes linked to poor health and disease, which may be an even bigger reason to avoid them. So again, this article is titled 8 Easy Ways to Lose Water Weight Fast and Safely. So what I'm going to do to try to get a little bit more of this water weight off is to look into this Dandelion supplement. I'm already taking a calcium, magnesium supplement. I am just reducing my overall salt intake. I do when I do cook, or let's say when I drink soup, right? When I make a broth, I try to add herbs into it, parsley, rosemary, thyme. I'm a big believer in fresh herbs, fresh ingredients, and that does so much, wonders. And again, I still have to Google. I don't know everything, and knowing that I don't know everything, it increases my desire to know more. And I use Google. You're going to hear me say this 1,000 times in this podcast or going forward, is to use Google. What foods can I eat to reduce water weight? What are the best, easy, or natural ways to lose water weight? Stop relying on Facebook in regards to putting up a post and waiting for the Facebook doctors to chime in. Use Google. Use Google and read several articles. Don't just read just one. You know what I mean? Check people's credentials, check the websites, see if you can find any consistency. See if you can find any inconsistencies. This is your body. You only get one shot at this life. You only get one shot at this life. So cherish it. Day by day, I'm learning to cherish this life a lot more than what my actions were saying. Actions do speak louder than words, and your words are just words. It's just, you're just talking. And what I mean by that is, I want to lose weight. I want to lose weight. What are you going to do about it? What are you going to do about it? Are you going to change your diet? How does that look? Are you going to investigate your nutrition on what are the things that you can have, the things that you need to reduce? How does your body work? Have you got your blood drawn? Have you sought out a personal trainer? Have you sought out a nutritionist? Have you sought out a dietitian? If the answer is no, use Google to find somebody somewhere within your area that has the expertise, the knowledge, and great results, and great social proof that can help you. It just takes time. It just takes time. It is tough. It can be tough. Again, this is Men's Health Month, fellas. You have to start paying more attention to all of this because, 1 minute, we're 20 playing basketball on the court and running up and down and jumping and, slashing through the lane, grabbing rebounds like Dennis Rodman, shooting fadeaways like Kobe, going, floating in the air like Jordan, all kind of stuff. And if you could dunk, which I could never do, dunking like Vince Carter, and then, you start getting into your mid 30s and that kind of changes. You get into your early 40s, that kind of changes. And since it's been like a recreational type of sport, now you have to realize like, hey, I can't be doing that all the time because, man, icing those knees or recovering from certain injuries or your body is sore, you have to start taking better care of yourself. There were times where we would play basketball, 3 to 5 games a night and go to Steak and Shake right after, eat a double cheeseburger, shake or whatever, and just sit down and just chill out. You can't do that anymore. You know what I mean? Because we would get up and do it again like the next day. We just can't do it anymore. You can't do it anymore. There's ramifications that come with those decisions. And you have to start getting your blood work done to see what damage that you have done. What is your body projected to possibly do if you are on this same pathway? So fellas, this is Men's Health Month. Take care of your health. Get your checkup. Get your numbers. See where you're at. See where your cholesterol is at. I have this piece of paper, as you can hear it, right here. This is my after visit summary. Christian J. Evans on 3/14/2023, and this is 6/22/2023, and my blood pressure, I'm reading you off my numbers, 148/90, BMI 46.22. My weight at the time was 369. Height, 6'3". Yes, I'm tall. I take pride in that. 6'3". And, these were my numbers. These were my numbers. And when I seen that, I'm like, this is insanity. This is pure insanity. How did I let this happen? How did I let this happen? But as of today. Today is the 22nd of June. If you stick around to the very, very end of the podcast, I'll tell you my exact weight of today. But my BMI is 37.3 compared to 46.22 in March. You know, my body fat percentage is at 23%. According to here, I am no longer obese. I am no longer obese. I'm looking at this grid right now on my Renfo app, and it is quote unquote acceptable. I've moved out of the red. What else can I say about this? You know, there's so many different pluses into taking your health into your own hands. And in my case, it was losing the weight. You know, I'm not saying for everybody to listen to this, lose weight, lose weight, lose weight. My thing is find out your numbers and figure out what it is that you need to do. And what I needed to do, even 3-4 weeks ago, no, that was about 2 weeks ago, in regards to after my indulge day, when my weight increased by 6 pounds, I had to work my butt off that whole entire week just to get back to where I was. So Sunday, like I said, if that Sunday was the 11th and I was 6 pounds up, I did not get back to 299 until that Friday morning. And just think that, you know, one, if I didn't have the indulge day, that is a theory or possibility. Those 5-6 pounds, I could have been 293. I could have been more closer to my goal, but I was very aware. I knew, and I had it planned out to where, you know what, there's a possibility my weight will increase. I have to be okay with that. But it just goes to show, like, your body is going to do what it wants to do. And if you are eating high sodium foods, high salty foods, or even high sugary foods, or foods that are high in carbs, chances are it's high in sodium, and your body is going to hold on to that water. So go ahead and make sure you click the link in my description to find the 8 best ways to lose water weight easily and safely. And you can investigate what are the best foods, you know, investigate the magnesium supplements or dandelion tea or whatnot if you are having challenges getting some of this water weight off. If you found inspiration in today's podcast and would like to support, then sign up to my weekly newsletter, The Success Fitness Newsletter. You'll get access to my new ebook, How Many Calories Should I Eat? It's a guide with resources within to find your daily caloric intake to ensure success in reaching your fitness goals. You'll also get access to my private Facebook community, Success Fitness Family, and weekly emails when this podcast publishes every Sunday at 12 p.m. Central Standard Time. The link to sign up to the Success Fitness newsletter will be in the description. Thank you for listening to the Success Fitness podcast. And remember this, if it's not making you stronger, chant more weight, more weight, more weight. Peace out. Thank you for sticking to the end of the podcast. Today is Thursday, June 22nd, 2023, and it is approximately 11:08 a.m. And I've had a pretty chill morning so far. I've done my workout, drank some juice, weighed in, and I feel pretty good because I am here recording this podcast. But I do have to go pretty soon because I got some things to do, which I'll let you know about. But I'll let you know how my day is gone so far. So every day I wake up at 5 a.m., but I woke up this morning at 4:58, about 4:58. Yeah. And I did that too the day before because my alarm goes off at 5. Maybe it's a defense mechanism to not, I guess, traumatize my body. First thing in the morning with my loud alarm, I set my phone actually downstairs in the living room with my alarm, so I'm forced to get up and go downstairs and turn my alarm off. And then I start the coffee like I normally do. And I head downstairs, get the kind of get a glance over the gym, as far as in the basement, charge my phones or which one didn't charge, and I either charge my Apple Watch or take it off the charger. Use the restroom. By the time I come upstairs, the coffee is done, and that is about 5:30. So I had some coffee this morning, and I used some creamer, and about 7:30 a.m. I did a 35-minute yoga stretch. I've been stretching out a lot more lately, taking what I've learned from my physical therapy back this past Thanksgiving. I was taking physical therapy for my hamstring, my left hamstring, and I was sitting home with some stretches to do in the meantime or in between our sessions. And I've taken that and kind of modified it into a 45-minute session. So we only did about 35 minutes. I worked out with my client this morning, so we did about 35 minutes of just stretching. And then when they left, then I ran 3 miles in about 30 minutes. Well, my exact time was about 28 minutes. I've been getting about 9:20 something a mile. I'm going to check my Apple Watch, excuse me, right now to, I guess, get an accurate standing on where my run was at. Okay, so I'm pulling that up, and I don't know why it says, average pace 9:59. That's not necessarily true. I'm very particular about as far as my speeds in my run. If I can't get this in a timely manner, I'll probably just screenshot it and put it in my group, Success and Fitness Family, and I won't waste too much time. But yeah, so about 3 minutes. 3 miles in about 30 minutes. And I like when my heart rate is up. I burn 735 calories, and my average, let's say, heart rate during that time was 153. Yeah, I just screenshot that and post it in my group. But I did, after my 3 mile run, 15 minutes on the bike ride, my stationary bike, and then I did a 13-minute core hit workout. So I had 6 exercises that I end up rotating for a total of 3 rounds. So that took about 12 minutes. So 12, I think it was like 12:45, somewhere around there. So I just rounded up to 13 minutes. And then I weighed in. So I weighed in at 10 a.m. I weighed in at 297. And that puts me at a total of minus 61 pounds on day 102. If I didn't say that in the beginning, I'm sorry. Day 102 of my fast, or just this weight loss journey, just in general. And then right after, I weighed in, took a shower, and then I drank my first juice of the day, which was black grapes, envy apples, beets, carrots, and parsley. So right now, I'm currently recording this podcast. So I'm pretty happy about where I'm at. I'm trying to stay calm. My goal is to be down to at least, 270 by the 4th of July. I'm not 100% sure if I will hit that goal, but I'm pretty sure, let's say if I can get to at least 40% to 50% of that goal. And I don't know the math on those numbers right now, but this is teaching me to be okay with failure one way or another. And failure is such a harsh term, but we can be so tough on ourselves to where this all or nothing law. If we don't get the exact goal, then it's a complete failure. No, not necessarily, but it's more like, can I be happy with 95%? Can I be happy with 90? Can I be happy with 85? And I will have no other choice but to be, because just how the projections are going, that's the way it's going to look. And what can I do to possibly accelerate that going forward from here on out? And what have I done or what have I not done so far that's kind of keeping me in this range? Because I think I was probably about maybe 299 like last week. If I'm not mistaken, I'm going to open up my Renfo app just to see exactly where I was last Thursday. And last Thursday, what was the date? Let me look at what the date was. Last Thursday was the 15th. So, on the 15th, I'm looking at it right now, I was 301 and I am 297. So that is 300, 299, 298. So 4 pounds in a week. That's not too bad. That's not too bad. So 4 pounds in 7 days, I can possibly get 7 pounds or maybe 10 pounds in the next 7 days if I really buckle down the way I need to. I know what I was doing. I know what I was not doing, and what it is, I'm probably just getting too lax. So I got to snap back into it. And this thing that we call our fitness journey, it is a daily adjustment. But, I'm going to the store to meal prep for my clients. As you know, I meal prep for my clients. So if you are too busy to meal prep for yourself, because in this day and age, we all have to have multiple streams of income, working long hours at a job or multiple jobs. And we try to put ourselves first because we have to be energized to work. But cooking does take time. I have time, and I want to make sure my clients are in the best position to reach their goal. So I'm going to the store today to buy some food to meal prep for my clients, as well as getting some items so I can juice. I need to juice. I need to increase my intake of juices. And also my water. I've been kind of slacking on my water this week too. So that can kind of explain only 4 pounds in 7 days when I'm used to about 7 to 8 pounds within 7 days. So that's on me. But I will post those pictures of the food I cook and also the juice combinations that I will come up with and juice. So pay attention if you are part or connected with me in my Facebook group, Success Fitness Family. Go ahead and sign up to the Success Fitness newsletter to join my group, the Success Fitness Family, on Facebook. And I may have a podcast guest next week or probably the week after. Depends on when we record and when I post it. Even if I do record it this week, I probably take an extra week to post it. I have an email that is sitting in my inbox right now that I have to respond to finalize that. So stay tuned for more details. Peace out.
Imagine a non-pharmaceutical performance device that can help you breathe easy, reduce exercise fatigue, and shortness of breath, all while improving your cardio performance. It's called the Breather Fit. The Breather Fit is evidence-based, drug-free respiratory muscle training, or RMT for short. It's designed to help athletes of all levels, elite military professionals, first responders, and people with physically demanding roles like you to gain an elite performance edge. Unlike most other respiratory trainers, Breather Fit trains both inspiratory and expiratory muscles. The independent dial system allows you to create highly targeted training protocols as well. With over 2 million units sold, Breather Fit is the next evolution in RMT. It was developed from the success of the Breather Health device. It has also been used in clinical applications to help chronic respiratory illness and help patients regain function and quality of life. Simply put, the RMT protocol designed to work with Breather Fit means working out more effectively and accelerated recovery from your workout. With Breather Fit, all it takes is 10 breaths for 2 sets, twice a day, 6 days a week. You can also record your performance to get useful and timely feedback with the Breather Coach app. Breather Fit is your secret weapon to maximize performance and meet your personal best. With Breather Fit, you work hard, but breathe easy. Use my code FITBREATHE at checkout to get 20% off at pnmedical.com/product/breather-fit. The link will be in my show notes.